Ask yourself this simple question. Are you getting all of the business that you want from that customer and capable of delivering? If the answer is no, you are not in preferred position. We think we're having a relationship with someone, we think we're in a business partnership because we email back and forth. For those of you who follow football, there was a guy who was pretty famous who plays for the San Diego Chargers who thought he had a girlfriend for 2 years through social media. When you start this process and looking for global partners, you're literally in an uncertain position with that customer or that partner or that venture or whatever it is. And what you need to do is start using your tools between research, expertise that you have from professionals, guidance from your own people with experience in international business, and start moving yourself towards that preferred target. The people that you're partnering with, you have to have an opportunity to really connect with them in a way that you have shared goals. 91% of all organizations do not have a formalized sales methodology. It's left to the individual salesperson. Who picked the circles? Let's have the circles stand up. Come on, circles stand up. Come on. Take a look around. Everyone see the circles? Because if this place gets boring, these are the folks who are always having a good time. Now, take your badge, pull your name tag out of your badge, and I would like to have you put, whether you're a circle, square, Z, triangle, on your badge. Put it on both sides so you can't flip it around. So now when you're out networking and not looking at your technology, because this is a sales conference, I want you talking to each other in reality, being real. Now you can look at that individual, and you know there's only 6 intelligence. So if you see a whole bunch of triangles, you know people are lying, and that's your first question. You're a liar because there are only 6 of you, and there can't be 26 of you. But the reality is, your sales teams that you manage every day are still your most powerful strategic weapon. You can have the greatest analytics in the world, the greatest data in the world that you can turn into incredible insight with your customers. But the reality is, if you don't have position, you think they care? And the answer is no. Where it needs to become the EQ, the IQ, the TQ. You need to understand Marshall and direct resources. Now, all of us are leaders in here, and here's the hard part about this, is guess what we have to do? We have to hold our teams and our people accountable to do that. If we let them off the hook, we let them just be the product transactional specialist, shame on you. Because guess what? You're going to be irrelevant just as quickly as they are. So we have to transition as leaders. We have to transition as sales. It's really about how do you become really inspirational, developmental, and outcome driven. I just put it up here purposely. How many of you have something about business acumen? Business acumen, understanding business acumen. Raise your hand. Who's got it? Profitability, business acumen, anything along those lines. Raise your hand if you have it. Raise up high. The rest of you should be ashamed.
How do you change that role inside of an organization from a trusted sales advisor, sales professional, those types of things, to really becoming a business advisor to your customers?
Take a minute. Are you ready to go? All right. I love a man who's ready. Let's talk about a security-oriented customer. And a security-oriented customer is really one who avoids risks. They don't like change. These are the people that are really hard to get them to change. It's really hard to get them to think of things new differently. But once they get locked into a supplier, they also tend to stay. These are people that need documentation and everything. They got the manuals. They need everything that you can think of in terms of what it is to make a decision. They're very, whether it's an automobile, a TV, a piece of clothing, whatever it is, something in our lives we have bought that we know that we could have gone out to Amazon or on the internet or could have done any number of things and got it cheaper. So why did you buy it? You like the guy, right? And what does a sales professional do more than anything at its root element? Problem solve. Problem identify and problem solve. How can I do that? I can only do that through communication. We're always right here. Then we ask a simple question. Are they the decision maker? No. Who's the decision maker? Well, it's Sally. What's your position with Sally? I don't even know Sally. Okay. So we're going to get a decision from Sally who we don't know selecting us. Guess what? We got some work to do. We need to get that knowledge with Sally. You can't become a strategic partner with just a whole bunch of data. Somebody has to turn that data into wisdom. Somebody has to turn that data into knowledge. That's what IQ is. That's what sales IQ is. The ability to turn data into wisdom and knowledge. Part of EQ is being connected. So to give advice, I have to be connected. To be trusted, I need to be connected. And I have to connect you at a head and a heart level. And they understand yours and they're in balance. You have a pretty motivated, a good partnership. You have to have a good understanding before you even start looking for partners what your needs are. And then once you do that, when you're sitting down with your partner and building this relationship, you need to be asking them, what are their needs? And if you don't have influence, you do not have a partnership. Quite frankly, if you are not...
Sales professionals are going to migrate away from, I've got a product, a service, I got something to give you, to show you, I'm in search of the problem, to going into organizations, using those communication skills, having the leadership capability, and going in and proactively understanding the customer's
I always love
issue.
that one. How many of you have children under the age of 13? Raise your hands. How many of you have children over the age of 13? What can you tell those about the people who have under? You're in big trouble. The word I look at right now that I keep talking about is collaboration. It's not being a consultative seller, it's being a collaborative seller. And collaboration means you have to have multiple levels of the organization in your pocket. You have to know them well. You have to understand them. You have to be a part of their organization. You have to be a problem solver. Because in order to do everything that you need to do to be valuable, you have to have position. Have credibility. It's the information that you give. That's where those insights become so critical. Those help you create credibility. It's rapport. Whether we like to believe it or not, staring at your iPhone, tweeting them out, Facebooking them, all those things are fun, they're cool, but it doesn't create rapport. Sooner or later, as Gerhard mentioned, it's human to human. And I'm a huge believer that no matter what we do, data, technology, there are still humans involved in the purchasing world.
When you start creating value, you're bringing ideas and things to customers they haven't even thought of. And quite frankly, your competition hasn't thought of. And so you start becoming a really valued resource as a sales professional and really a business advisor.
And the needs of a security-oriented person are simply this. They need order and predictability. They need to be able to get a hold of you. These are the people who freak out when they call you, they cannot get a hold of you, and you're sitting there, they're wondering where the heck you are. Even though it's like 5 minutes, they can't seem to get a hold of you. They need thoroughness, precision. You can't make mistakes. They want to be informed. It's like I think it's the Holiday Inn, the best surprises, no surprise commercial that was out there. That's what these folks are all about.
As a leader, telling is not development. Telling somebody to do something, how to do it, why to do it, is not development. And as a leader, it's engaging people in a way to get more out of them than they thought they could get out of themselves. That's what a great leader does.
Keeping it together is process. Working together becomes success. And the reality is, as you think about global success, it truly is a working
DNA of top-performing sales reps is the ability to use and merge technological support, technological advances, all those things with the human skills required for human interaction and problem solving. That's the new DNA. It can be developed. It takes a different sequence. It takes a different way to look at things. And most importantly, each of you have the responsibility to do that. It's not the sales team, it's you as
leaders. The real key is your sales team's ability to have good people who can connect with customers, network, uncover, understand, and ultimately solve all of your customers' problems.